Hello everyone, Symbiote Nation, Carnage X Viper here, and finally we have ourselves some Team of the Year cards, as you'll see quite a few of them. Now, this set here was when I did all the Team of the Week challenges for every week, and I did those every weekend. Now, the reason why the pictures aren't showing here is because I did it right when the Team of the Year cards came out. I had the choice between either Rob Havenstein, right tackle. There we are comparing his numbers with Willie Anderson. They were pretty superb. And I also had Kevin Byard and James White as an option, but I didn't think they were going to be as useful as an ad as Rob Havenstein was, especially that I need a better offensive lineman than what I currently got with all those nice pass rushers out there. But as expected, Kevin Byard, yeah, he's an okay card, but I mean, I would prefer to keep what I have in the safety spot. And James White, same thing. He wasn't really as good as my current running back as I expected. So Rob Havenstein was the easy choice when it came to that set. And yeah, there were some other sets I did. I believe this next one was for an auctionable offensive player, but that offensive player was Todd Gurley, arguably the best running back currently in the game right now. His numbers are phenomenal. Now, I hate to say goodbye to Saquon Barkley, but there is no way I'm passing up on this Todd Gurley card. 95 speed, all that XL, all that trucking, all that. He's pretty good at catching. He can pass block. He has it all. This card, definitely one of the best. If you can get it, trust me, it'll be worth it. So, yeah. His numbers compared to Saquon Barkley, which as expected, are phenomenal. Obviously, Barkley is a much lower of an overall, and yeah, Gurley is going to be towering in those stats. So yeah, this Todd Gurley card, definitely one worth getting if you can, of course. But there are some other players I added, including Jamal Adams from doing the Team of the Year solo challenges. He was my free card, and he was a card I would have loved to have gotten on my defense, since he is a very fast safety. All that speed, it can help covering, those speedy receivers a lot of people have. So, yep, Jamal Adams is definitely a card I will take, so welcome to the team, Jamal Adams. And I did do a couple of more sets. This one was for a non-auctionable offensive player. I figured I had nothing to lose with whoever I got on the offense, regardless if it was auctionable or not. And this one was Drew Brees, who arguably is one of the best cornerbacks, definitely one of the best pocket passer quarterbacks to get right now. 97 overall, very accurate passer. And yeah, really glad to have him on the team. I am still keeping Josh Allen, which you guys will see the team once this is done. This set here was for turning in some Team of the Week players at a certain overall. And we get a really nice selection here as Quentin Nelson, Kyle Fuller, and I believe Kyle Juszczyk was the special teams player. A really nice lineup of players. It really sucks that I can only pick one, but Kyle Fuller, with that speed, again, that speed is going to come in handy when it comes to covering speedy receivers that a lot of people have. So, yeah, as much as I would have loved to wanted that, add that upgraded Quentin Nelson card, because I already have Quentin Nelson on my team. It was the Ghost of the Madden cards, and Quentin Nelson also has an upgradable card. But yeah, that Kyle Fuller card, really couldn't pass that one up with the speed he's got. And here is the team. It has gotten a complete makeover. There's Todd Gurley, there's Drew Brees, there's Josh Allen. Like I said, I decided to keep him. And there will be times we use him again, but we did add some more Team of the Year players. We added Adam Thielen, Juju Smith-Schuster, and the receivers. Dwayne Brown, Roger Saffold, Bruce Matthews, Zach Martin, and Rob Havenstein, as you saw. All a whole new offensive line. Hopefully they keep Brees upright. George Kittle, I got his Team of the Year card. Tyler Higbee, I've already had. Defense has gotten some changes too. Luke Kuechly's been upgraded. Tremaine Edmonds, he's taking Alec Ogletree's place. I had to sell Ogletree to make that upgrade work. There's Jamal Adams. We also added Marshawn Lattimore, his playoff version. Again, a very fast cornerback. Not as fast as Fuller, but fast enough. There's Kyle Fuller. And on the D-line, as you can see in the middle, defensive tackle number 1, that is Ndamukong Suh. Really glad to have them on the team. Really glad to have everyone on the team. And hopefully this will work out in our next game here. So here we go. Now, it did not record the cards like I wanted it to. You know, in the cards at the beginning, it shows the 3 best players on each team. For some reason, my recorder kind of delayed and it did not record that, but both of our teams were about even, as this guy's running the jet sweep with Amari Cooper. Gains about, 16 yards off that spin. The spin move is still kind of overpowered. It's not as bad as it used to be, but people are still abusing it. But in the meantime, guys, I wanted to take the time as Tremaine Edmonds crashes through that hole pretty quickly. I did want to take the time about talking about the conference championships that just happened over the last week. The Saints and the Rams. Pretty good game. Both games were actually really good games. Both games went to overtime. But here's the thing. One of them probably shouldn't have went into overtime. The Rams-Saints one. There was a blown call the referees missed as this guy's Saquon Barkley nearly breaks it for a touchdown but gets down at the 2. There was a certain pass interference call that should have been called late in the game, and the Saints should have been able to run the clock down and kick the winning field goal had that call been made. But somehow the referees didn't call it. It clearly was pass interference. And yeah, wouldn't you know it, the game goes into overtime and the Rams end up going to the Super Bowl. But my favorite game was the AFC game. Again, the officiating was just as bad in that one. Now, the officiating did not really hand the Patriots the game. However, there were quite a few calls on both sides that either should have been made or were very bad calls. Kansas City had a roughing the passer call. That was stupid. Patriots had a few calls that were stupid as well. But besides that fact, that was a really good game. I enjoyed that one a lot. I didn't really, have a team to root for with, my favorite team out and the Philly Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys out, teams I hated. I am mainly just glad the Lombardi is not going to Philly again or Dallas. So yeah, I don't really care where the Lombardi goes to this year. I'm just glad it's not going to Philadelphia again, or it's not going to Dallas. But it's hard for me to pick a team to win in this Super Bowl. I have a feeling the Super Bowl is just going to be as good of a game as the conference championships were. But it's hard for me to pick a winner. You got Tom Brady, who's made a living in getting to the Super Bowl, as Drew Brees finding Juju Smith-Schuster at the 15. Next play, we run the screen to Smith-Schuster, who gets away from the defender, and he is into the end zone for the tying touchdown. But as for the Super Bowl, guys, the Rams and the Patriots, I don't really know who I'm going to pick to win that one. Again, I like both teams equally, so I'm at the mood where I don't really care who wins, but it's hard for me to pick who's going to win because, it seems like an even match. Now, a lot of, people are going to say the Patriots are going to win, but here's the thing, guys. Tom Brady is 2-3 in his last 5 Super Bowls, and the 2 he did win, he got a few lucky breaks. He had the Seattle Seahawks Super Bowl where Seattle threw the ball at the 1-yard line, and, of course, the Falcons blew the 25-point lead in the fourth quarter in that Super Bowl, which I hate to remind Seahawks and Falcons fans about those. I do apologize, but, those Super Bowls were lucky when it came to winning those on his last 5 trips. But that doesn't mean he's not going to have a good game in this upcoming Super Bowl. I truly believe he's gonna. And I truly believe the Rams can win it, even if Tom Brady plays great. But As for picking a winner, it's hard for me to do it. And it's hard for me to root for a certain team because, again, I don't really care. I'll be happy whoever wins. But anyway, guys, this guy does get a field goal at the end of the half. He just squibs the kick, 10-7. However, we do get the ball coming out of halftime. And the third, we have Juju Smith-Schuster returning the kicks. By the way, guys, you might hear my voice in the background in this video. Aside from the commentary I'm doing, that would be because I tried recording this game live, but the audio from the game and the mic were pretty much the same, so it might have gotten distinct or too loud for each other. Like, you might have not been able to hear what I'm saying over the game audio had I left this on the live recording, but yeah, just in case you're wondering if you can hear my voice in the background, that is why, as Drew Brees takes back-to-back sacks there. It is 3rd and 24. We need to get something here. Brees looking for Smith-Schuster, makes the catch. He's short of the first down, though, but it's well worth going for 4th and 5 midfield. Brees finding George Kittle, but he is short. Oh, maybe should have ran the ball. Definitely should have punted. As McNabb rolling left, he's got a guy wide open. It is, I believe, Amari Cooper who gets to the corner. And, yeah, that turnover on downs has led to him scoring, and now we're down by 10 because I didn't punt the ball. Might have not changed anything had I punt the ball, but it definitely would have been harder for this guy to score, I would assume. And now we've got to climb back, but we are taking sacks again. The offensive line again just letting him through. But Brees, what a catch by Thielen at the 46. And there's some of the momentum we need. Juju Smith-Schuster next play with the catch, gets down at the 20. And Drew Brees has yet to throw an incompletion. And Juju Smith-Schuster, he's got quite a few catches already. Todd Gurley, not very many carries, but he does push for those yards. End of the third quarter, start of the fourth. We need to score quick here. Brees got plenty of time this time, but he steps right into the defensive tackle. No one was open. However, 3rd and 11, we do find Thielen for the first down at the 5. 3.5 minutes left to go. Gurley trying to cut into the end zone. Gets stopped at the 2. 2nd and goal. Brees. Plenty of time. Juju Smith-Schuster. That's his second touchdown of the game. What a game he's having, and what a game Drew Brees is having. He has yet to throw an incompletion still. And we have cut the lead to 3, but we need to stop by our defense here. And the epic music, well, it's not going just yet, but it will soon. Actually, it is going right now. My bad. So, McNabb rolling right, finds Amari Cooper, who was nicely covered, but somehow makes the catch still. Gain of 8. Handoff to Barkley, who jukes right and gets a first down. 2:20 left. He is bleeding clock, but we send the heat at him. Kyle Fuller, or actually that might have been Jamal Adams on the sack. Meanwhile, McNabb running the fake screen play, but nobody open. McNabb rolling left. Takes the sack there from Lawrence Taylor. 3rd and 28, sending the heat, and McNabb cannot get the ball off. And 4th and 28, he definitely has to punt this one. And we got 1 and 43 to go to make something happen. We have 2 timeouts as well. Hand the ball off to Gurley. Gurley only able to get inches. Meanwhile, Brees to George Kittle, who breaks away. He's at the 30, 20, 10, goal line, touchdown. Giants make this extra point, and this guy has to go to the end zone to win. So it's either touchdown or nothing, but he has 1:12 and 2 timeouts. So I probably should not have scored that touchdown as quick as I did, but I wanted to take it just in case it didn't come back to bite me. However, McNabb finding Amari Cooper at midfield. He's got 1 minute, but he bled about 30 seconds there. Probably left chew clock on by mistake, as the next play, it's incomplete. looking for Shockey, I believe. McNabb looking, not sure who that pass was for, but it's batted at the line. Meanwhile, McNabb looking for Cooper on the right. He's got him, gets out of bounds. 24 seconds left at 32. Field goal does him no good. No, he needs a touchdown. McNabb rolling left, taking the sack. Kyle Fuller, I believe that's his second one. 2nd and 25. He used a timeout there. There's 15 seconds left. McNabb using a lot of clock here. Can't find nobody. Takes the sack. Has to call his last timeout. Bruce Smith. Meanwhile, McNabb needs to get either out of bounds or in the end zone here. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Looks like this is going to be the last play. It will be. McNabb's got to find somebody, but it's batted down by Sue. And we do end up holding on, guys. What a game, though. We make the comeback, the 10-point comeback. Drew Brees, spectacular. You will be seeing the stats afterwards. McNabb cannot believe it. He thought he had it, but, you know, just short. He's talking to Bruce Smith, who was the guy who sacked him last. But we do end up taking the win, 21-17, after making a comeback, having a 14-point fourth quarter. And here are the stats after the game. Drew Brees, perfect. He had 13 passes, 13 completions, 241 pass yards, 3 passing touchdowns. Remarkable debut for Drew Brees. And yeah, some other stats here. We go to rushing. Todd Gurley, who had only 9 carries, not as many as I would have liked him to have, but 39 yards, I'll take it for as many times as he carried the ball. But receiving, we had some pretty good guys step up. All the new receivers. Juju Smith-Schuster, 80 yards, 2 scores. Adam Thielen, quite a few yards and catches. George Kittle, he had 2 catches and the long touchdown. So the blocking, the sacks were only allowed by 1 offensive line at a time. So it wasn't like one person was giving up, you know, multiple ones. Defensive, Jamal Adams with quite a few tackles and a sack. Lawrence Taylor with the sack. Kyle Fuller with the sack. Quite a few of them with sacks. And some great debuts all around. Great games all around. And these guys have put us in the playoffs. We did need to win this one to go into the playoffs. But guys, you know, going into the playoffs, you might have known that the last 2 times I've been in, I've had to lag out. Well, maybe the 3rd time will be the charm in the playoffs. But, you know, lately when I get into the playoffs, as you can see, it is lagging again. This is about the 3rd time in a row this has happened. The funny thing is, I rarely get these games in the regular season. I don't know if I'm being lagged, and as you can see, I cannot run the play. The A button just will not work when it's this laggy. You know, and when I do snap the ball, you try to pass it. As I had RB open, I was trying to throw it, but again, the button delays are so bad in this kind of game. In fact, they're so bad, I can't even get my cursor to the exit here. It takes quite a while, and now I'm trying to, you know, just exit the game, but even that is proving difficult. As you can see, the cursor will not stay on what I want it to, and I end up clicking no here, so I have to navigate back. But again, guys, we have to exit the playoffs because of lag issues. I don't know if it's the EA servers, or if it's my servers, or if it's the other guys, or I don't know, guys, because, you know, every time it seems like I make the playoffs, I lag out. But, you know, we're not going to let that phase us. We're going to keep playing Madden, guys. Who cares about all that? I play Madden for fun. You know, want to get a Super Bowl here and there. But again, I just play for fun, and I'm not going to stop just because, you know, the servers won't want me to get a Super Bowl. But in the meantime, guys, that is going to be the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one.